It's one of the most compelling questions you can ask, and one that humanity has been asking since the dawn of time. What lies beyond the known boundaries? What is beyond the horizon of our maps? The ultimate version of this question is, what is beyond the boundaries of the universe? Well, the answer is complicated, to say the least. To address the question of what exists beyond the universe, we must first define the term universe. If you consider it to mean literally everything that possibly exists in all of space and time, then there can't be anything outside the universe. Even if you picture the universe as having a finite volume and you imagine something outside of it, then whatever is outside must be included in the cosmos as well. Our universe came into existence roughly 13.8 billion years ago, and it's been expanding since then. Essentially, since its inception, it has been expanding at an ever-increasing rate. The universe is only a few billion years old, and light only travels at a speed of 300,000 kilometers a second, 186,000 miles a second. So, according to the history of the universe, we haven't received light from every galaxy. The observable universe is around 90 billion light-years wide currently, and probably there are more random stars and galaxies beyond that boundary. But what exists past that? It's hard to say. According to the theory of cosmic inflation, the size of the entire universe is at least 10 to the 23rd times bigger than the size of the observable universe. That's a lot of cosmos we're missing out on. So, what are we missing exactly? What exists beyond the observable universe? Unfortunately, we don't know what is beyond the observable cosmos, since we can't see it or measure it. However, there are several theories about what exists beyond the observable cosmos. Despite its strangeness, the first theory is simplest to comprehend. Astronomers believe that space beyond the observable universe could be an infinite expanse of what we see in the cosmos around us, distributed more or less the same as in the observable universe. This seems reasonable. After all, it doesn't make sense for one part of the universe to be different from what we observe around us. And honestly, who can imagine a cosmos with an end, like a massive brick wall on the horizon? So, to some extent, an infinite universe makes sense. However, infinity means that beyond the observable universe, you will eventually find everything possible, not only more planets, stars, and other kinds of matter. That means that if this is true and we pursue it to its logical conclusion, there is another you somewhere out there who is identical to you in every way possible. And there is also a you who is only slightly different from you in every way possible. This theory seems unbelievable, but then infinity is relatively inconceivable. Another theory revolves around a phenomenon known as dark flow. Astronomers discovered something weird and surprising in 2008. Clusters of galaxies were all moving in the same direction at crazy speeds of over 2 million miles per hour. What could have caused this? One possible cause was that massive objects outside the observable world were exerting gravitational force on the galaxies. The massive objects could be anything, from astronomically massive accumulations of matter and energy on scales we can barely imagine, to even weird space-time warps channeling gravitational forces from other universes. Astronomers have no idea what these massive objects could be. Recent research has claimed to discredit the dark flow theory, but this claim is still being debated. The final theory involves a universe of universes. Some believe that our entire universe could be contained within a little bubble amidst a wide array of other bubbles. Theorists refer to this as a multiverse. Surprisingly, the theory proposes that these universes can come into contact with one another. Gravity from these parallel universes can flow between them, and when they connect, a Big Bang similar to the one that formed our universe could occur. All these theories might seem complicated and confusing, but don't worry. The purpose of these theories is to allow us to cope with concepts that are beyond our comprehension, like what exists beyond the observable universe. And that's one of the strengths of modern cosmology. It allows you to study the unimaginable. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell so you do not miss any upcoming videos.